Ready, set, go.
Hello guys, Gorencroft here and welcome back to the MineShaft SMP. We are standing underneath the railway system we built in the last episode, and off camera I've done, oh god, a couple of things which I'd like to show you. First of all, we have potatoes! Yes! The chest down in the bottom is filling up and the system we made in the last episode is delivering potatoes up here. And once these chests are full, it's going to be delivering them towards the storage room in the base, which is pretty freaking cool if you ask me. So what else have I done? I'm just gonna quickly run you guys through it because I have to go to work in 10 minutes. So I just want to tell you guys like what we'll be doing in this episode, and then I'm going to work, and then I'm going to work on the rest of the episode after I get back. So I've been doing stuff with these villagers a bit. I haven't really unlocked any of the newer traits, but we still have our looting, oh god, looting free guy. I've been trading with him a bit to get those books, because 25 emeralds ain't all that much. What we do have, however, is another one, but for 44 emeralds, also looting free. So what I'm probably gonna do is put this one in spawn and put like a chest, just give people the option to trade with him there. And then next to that I'll put a chest where you can buy looting free books for 30 emeralds. So I'll make a profit because my looting free books will be traded from this guy. And people there will buy the 30 emerald books from me instead of this guy because he's more expensive. Huh? I'm gonna make a profit, yeah. We also got Infinity Steel and Sharpness 4. I want Sharpness 5 eventually, but I'm just gonna keep this guy until we have a new guy. So what I've been doing else over here, and then we'll go back to those books, because I've done something else with those books. But what I've done, if we hop down here again, if you didn't know yet, this area is finally slabbed. But I have made a second melon farm, and I've added 2 more layers on top of the sugarcane farm, so they are now also producing twice the amount of items, which is quite nice. Oh god. Because we'll be needing them, you know. We are not yet at a second chest, but I haven't played that much since I built it, so I guess that is to be expected. However, these things are definitely producing. We're nearly at the 3rd chest. The hopper behind this one is probably also filling up. Oh well, it's exactly that's exactly 2 chests then, I guess. Yeah, there's no space for a single item left. So after this it will start filling up this hopper and things will be filled. So that's good. Now what have I done with the books? I just mentioned that I did something else with the books other than just trade them with the villagers. I actually traded them with Zach. I think he was online and I was just like, hey, you want a looting free book? And he was like, yeah, sure, how much? And then I was like, after we traded it for like 30 iron or something, I trade with iron. I need iron for hoppers and stuff, so what you saw in the last episode was definitely very beneficial to me. Got 30 something iron from that, which I'm using now to make more systems and stuff. But yeah, I traded, I was like, do you need any other enchanting books? Because I have a chest full from when I used to AFK fish a lot. I got tons of books from that, so he kind of just took pretty much all of them, all of the good ones at least, and he set them apart over here. And he was just going to be like, oh yeah, how much for this, and how much for this, and how much for this. I've set these 2 apart because I want those myself, for the Respiration and the Death Strider. But the rest I can either trade myself or whatever. But for the 53 iron blocks, 2 iron ingots still, and 20 ore. I had 60, but I've been making more minecarts and stuff in the meantime, so decreased a little bit already. I'm using iron like crazy, guys, and we're gonna need so much more. The plan is, of course, another one of those minecart systems, but then for the library, which I'll show you in a bit. I've been working on that as well, and I want another set of beacons, at least in the center of the village we're building. Maybe even another set of beacons in the base area, although I'm not sure about that. I don't know how much I'll still be building in the base area, since the storage room is pretty much done. And I don't really know what else I would need there other than like a smelter maybe, but for that I don't really need a beacon to build a smelter or to manage having a smelter. So anyway, over here is a not really completely finished library I've been working on. This is going to be the library of the village. Yeah, not at all done. I've got the first floor, pretty much the walls of it are up, but nothing else. But this kind of gives you an idea of the structure it's going to have. And this is going to be like second floor. It's probably going to be a second floor. But yeah, down here is going to be floors, going to be bookshelves around. I don't think I'm going to have our librarian villagers up here right away. Maybe the best ones like the looting book or just things I'll be using a lot. But what I'm planning on doing is making a staircase down, and we'll have a basement, and that's where all of the villagers will be. I think we need about 27 slots for every enchantment book, and I'll probably have a bit more just so that we can have some books doubled maybe. Just, you know, be able to have a lot of them. So yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said. I think I'm gonna be building the rest of the library probably, and maybe torching up the area a little bit more. I have been getting a lot of creeper problems. Oh yeah, by the way, this is also a building I've built. I was considering maybe doing like a library in this, but the shape, although it's an awesome shape and I'm definitely gonna build something cool with it, it is not at all a shape that is suitable for doing redstone-y bits. Like the entire villager storage and stuff is not really gonna fit in this shape, so sadly I'm gonna have to let that idea go and just make a regular old house here. But it's gonna look pretty cool, I think, and I might even put like the butchers or the armorers and stuff in here. We'll see about that, but for now, library time. I'm gonna be building, and I'll see you guys once I got something interesting to show you. Okay, so the last clip was recorded like a week or over a week ago, and I have made a lot of changes. I actually just didn't play for about a week, pretty much. School happened and I had a lot of videos pre-recorded, pre-uploaded and everything. That was kind of last week's videos, but as you can see in the distance already, I removed what we had built already. I just didn't like it at all. The shape was just far too. It was just a rectangle, and nothing cool could really be done with it. It's still a rectangle now, but it's a bit more of an interesting build. Now I'm going to show it, but first I'm gonna get some food because I'm out of chicken. All I have is this apple. Alright, so let's have a look at what I built. I quite like it. I'm quite satisfied. So this part still needs a bit of change. I'm probably just gonna remove the dirt over here, but you have these staircases that go down, so they look pretty cool. And then you just have this underground section, or well, it's not really that underground, but you get the picture. And over here I'm gonna like mine out these parts, and there's gonna be like a little shop, a little stand for different kinds of villagers. So we're gonna have purple ones over here. You're gonna have 2 butchers. You're gonna have 1 leather worker because they're not that good anyway. There's only 1 good trade involved with them out of like the 4 that they have. And then up here is a bit of a balcony, and you might be like, where are all the don't they need torches or lanterns? But no, this is all slabbed, so nothing can pretty much spawn on here anyway. So we just have to make the building a bit spawn proof and it will all be fine. But inside the builder we're gonna have 4 armorers, 2 toolsmiths and smiths, and 2 weaponsmiths. So this will be kind of the smithy building. I'm probably gonna design it around that. So now I'm gonna start talking about trading, because it's a somewhat complex thing. So let me just get the trading wiki on screen. By the way, I am a bit sick. I'm coughing a lot. My throat hurts, so I'm gonna take it a bit easy. If there's a random cut somewhere, I'm probably dying in coughing or throat ache pain. So there's that. Now let's have a look at these tables, because they're interesting. I looked at them quite a while, but let's take the farmer as an example and see a couple of things. You see tiers, you see the things that he buys and the things that he sells. So a tier 1 villager is a villager as you get him. You've never traded with it or done anything. So a tier 1 villager buys wheat, potatoes and carrots for these prices in these quantities, and he sells bread, and that's it. So if you have a tier 1 farmer villager, you have these trades available. Now as you trade with them, you are going to start unlocking the next tiers, and I think it's random, and I think like the second tier has a higher probability of unlocking than the third and the fourth, but you get the picture pretty much. So if you have a second tier villager, you have all of those trades available, so you get the pumpkin and pumpkin pie. Tier 3 will get the melon and the apples, and tier 4 will get cookies and cake as well. So pretty much all my farmers are currently tier 3, I think, so that's good, because that's pretty much all you need. The cake is pretty useful, I guess. You could do some cool stuff with that, but where it gets interesting is with the librarian, who has paper and the first enchanted book, and then only on the 4th and 5th tier they're getting the other enchanted book, and they also get name tags. But what we're currently looking at are the armorers and the and the butchers, because well, the butchers don't really have that great trades. That's why I'm only gonna get 2 of them, and the leatherworker only 1, because he has only 1 good trade. And the purple guy, he has a couple of good trades. I wrote everything down, but what you need to know, pretty much why I grabbed this page, is that with a leatherworker, if you're only gonna do the saddle trade, after a while it's gonna lock. You know, you get the cross on the arrow and you can't do the trade anymore. What you need to do then is reset the trade by doing a different trade. So that's what I've been kind of planning out here. We're gonna need all of these armorers, and they will give us enchanted diamond chest plates and chainmail armor. That's kind of the trades I want, and we'll be able to unlock those trades in case they lock by trading coal or iron or stuff along those lines. So the toolsmiths will give us enchanted diamond pickaxes, and we can use coal or iron to reset those, and actually also diamonds, but I mean, I'm not gonna waste diamonds on that. So the enchanted the weaponsmiths give us enchanted diamond swords and axes, and we can use coal and iron to reset. So down here I wrote something extra down, I believe. Yeah, so we have the leatherworker, and I have an exclamation point saying make pants trade to emeralds, and we're gonna have him for buying saddles, and we're gonna use pants to reset, it says. And butchers for selling raw chicken. That's probably the main thing I'm gonna use him for. I'm probably gonna make a raw chicken farm and link it up to here, and not even to the base, because I don't need raw chicken for anything. I've got a cooked chicken farm already. Anyway, purple guys I'm gonna use for selling raw flesh, buying ender eyes and glowstone. So they don't really need a specific trade for resetting, because I'm gonna use them for all these 3. So if I'm buying ender eyes and they lock out, I can go sell raw flesh and they will unlock the ender eyes again. So you can just pretty much trade infinitely. That's what's so great about the farmers, because it's the same deal. You can trade potatoes, and once the potato trade locks out, you can trade pumpkins, and once they lock out, the potatoes are already unlocked again, and if they aren't, you can trade melons, and they'll pretty much unlock each other as you continuously trade. So that's very useful. So that's why you need to use farmers to get your emeralds. But anyway, if we go back to the table over here, you can see that he sells those saddles for a minimum of 8 and a maximum of 10 emeralds. So what we're gonna want is we're gonna have to just kill any leather workers we get until we get one that has that trade of 8 emeralds price, because that's the cheapest. And preferably we will also get one that sells these for a price of 2, because as I just wrote down on that sign, that's what I'm gonna use to unlock the settle trade when it locks. And this is the cheapest trade he has, unless you have a level lever. This is his cheapest trade. So that's why I want that at the cheapest state as well, so that we can unlock the settle trade again. Now, for all these other ones, for the toolsmith, the cheapest enchanted diamond pickaxe is 12 emeralds. So we're going to want one with 12 emeralds. So what now is going to be kind of the tedious process of getting the villagers in the villager breeder the way I want them to be. So we're going to trade with them pretty much infinitely. Well, I think that's the wrong word to use there, but we're going to trade with them a lot until we have all tiers unlocked. And once we have a fully unlocked toolsmith, we're going to be able to look at the trades and be like, alright, you're too expensive, I'm gonna kill you, or you're good. So this one would be not good. I've actually always kept him because of the cheap leather trade, but that was before I did all this research and actually knew that no, I don't want him. But this guy, maybe, he does have the 2 emeralds, so he would be worth trading further with to see if he also has the cheap saddle trade, and then I'll be able to do that and, you know, get that all ready. So basically what we're gonna do is trade with these guys until we find the villager that has the cheapest options on the trades that I want to be using when I buy them and stuff. So the only villagers we're not gonna do it with is the librarians. Oh god, I just kinda fell. Because the chance of getting a sharpness 4 or book is already pretty low. So you can pretty much, I would like to keep them like under 30 emeralds, but in all reality that's probably not going to be achievable. So this guy has like infinity for 13. I think I actually had another, or maybe I already, yeah, here infinity cheap. This guy has it for only 10, so it's cheaper. It's pretty good. This one has has looting for 25, whereas this one over here has it for 44. So, you know, it has differences, but the chance of actually getting a looting free book would seem high, since I already have 2 of them, but it's not that high. So if you're also gonna want them all cheap, not that clever. I mean, I'm not gonna throw away a looting free book trade villager. What I'm probably going to end up doing for the villagers, the librarians, is make a bit of a more complex system, where I'm just gonna make the same containment cell we have over here in the library basement as well, so that we can just be like, alright, finally I have looting free, I'm gonna put it in the system. So this one will be in the system, but then if I later get another looting free book which is cheaper, I can get him out of the system, I can just get rid of him, and then I can put the cheaper one in his place. That's probably what I will end up doing. So, but it's kind of irrelevant for now, because we're not really working on the library. Even though I thought I was, I kind of just changed plan. So what we're going to do instead right now is try and get perfect like toolsmith and stuff. So this guy, even though I gave him a sign for his cheap leather trade, you're actually gonna go. The machine is set to kill. Goodbye, mate. And you with your fonts too. Yeah, I'm not really going to get rid of. Oh wow, I actually have this guy pretty far unlocked already. Didn't know that. Yeah, I kind of want to get rid of the librarians because they are filling up quite a lot of space in our trading system. So what I'm probably gonna do is make a temporary room somewhere where I'm going to store all of these librarians. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more planning and find a place where we will make the library in the future, so we can kind of store the librarians in close proximity to that building. So I'm probably gonna do that right now actually, and then do trading with the villagers the ways I just described. I'm just rambling on even though my throat hurts. I'm not that smart of a person sometimes. Alright guys, I am back. And I mentioned in the last clip that I was somewhat spoiled my surprise there. I mentioned in the last clip that I was sick, and that kind of ruined my entire week. Really, this episode, my last clip was recorded probably about a week ago, and after that I got even more sick than I already was, and it was just horrible. It's currently Saturday. Tuesday I lost my voice, and up until Thursday I just wasn't able to talk. All I could do was whisper, and it was horrible, I can tell you that much. But I am back. I did do some MineShafting as I was well, away, I guess you could say. So I did do some things. I made some progress on areas. Let's actually see if I can get that on the map. Alright, so yeah, you can see pretty interesting shapes up here. Let's just come up and take a closer look, because that probably explains everything the best, if you can actually understand what I'm saying, because of the whole voice thing. It is improving, so I think by tomorrow or the day after I'll be able to do things again. But yeah, it was no fun. Anyway, as we come up to our main city area, we immediately get greeted by this new staircase thing. Might change it still, it's a work in progress. Might change some of it to stone, although it is definitely wooden here. This is what we already had. Placed this building on top. It's not completely finished yet. Gonna add another floor in it, but on the insides is where we had all those armorers, and I've made all their cages, and over here we had all the other smiths. I'm saying cages, it's their shops, okay? I'm not encaging any villagers, obviously. So inside here, yeah, we got a pretty just the round roof design. I'm starting to go for more and more ever since I did one of them. I'm kind of stepped off from the regular diagonal roofs. I always want to do something a bit more special, like this, and it looks pretty good. And on the front, if we go over here, you can see a bit of a yeah, bigger window there. The roof kind of changes there as well, which looks pretty nice. And now over here I've been doing some paths. Here are gonna be either 1 or 2 trees, but I got some greenery in, because I never really like having just paths. There always has to be at least some green, which is also why I took these bushes with me. I'm gonna put them down on the sides, like over here and there. Over here is a bit of a pond, or well, I don't know how you would call that actually, but there was a fountain in the middle, but I didn't like it as much, and I'm also still not completely pleased with the flooring of it. Probably going to get some prismarine blocks. Probably dark prismarine will look good mixed with the proper other blocks, but yeah, it comes along. It's nice, and I'm gonna place this over here. But as you can see, the underground section, the balustrade, has been continued on in a symmetrical fashion. It just doesn't have the underground parts. Maybe we will make something like that still, but as of now I don't really have any plans for that. Now what you can see on the other side is what we had already, what we had over here, the kind of curved building. I've mirrored that as well, because I thought it would look pretty good on this plaza. I guess you can call it the plaza here. Did a lot of terraforming for this, by the way. As you can see, inside of this building, the ground used to be a lot lower, but I filled it all up, so I could just make this area look a bit nicer. And now what I'm gonna do is make a small staircase over here, because this is actually lower than this, and continue on this elevated piece to have a gateway in here, and continue on further along here towards the rest of the future city. Yeah, we are not nearly done with this place. There's a lot of space left to be building in, and this is only the beginnings of it, and I'm curious to see what we'll be able to do. Definitely am. I think up next over here is gonna be another kind of main square place. I don't know. And it's gonna have like the library onto it, and it's gonna look really good, I hope. Other plans I have is kind of a circular area, so we'll have like a big circle, and that will be another farm, probably a carrot farm. I'll hook up to that, and that circular area is going to well, just have a nice building around it. I don't know if I'm explaining it in a horrible fashion. Probably you have no idea what I'm talking about, so I'm just going to end that up right now. I'm gonna wrap up the episode. I'm not really gonna be able to record a lot of more clips. One thing I forgot to mention is that, yes, I know I mentioned I was going to do little trading and stuff, but then I got inspiration and built all of this. So, I mean, progress is still progress. I was gonna do something like this otherwise anyway, and I'm happy with the way it turned out right now. I wouldn't have liked it otherwise. So, off camera I will still be trading with those villagers to get the trades we want. That's gonna be a pretty long and tedious process. So, yeah, we'll just see how that all comes along when it's finished. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching once again, and goodbye.